it's amazing what winning does for a franchise. All of a sudden, the Detroit Lions being a place that nobody wants to go. It was a place where careers went to die, or we had to overpay people to come to this team. But now it is a potential destination, free agent destination. I think we're going to get quite a few free agents that are interested in coming to the Detroit Lions. Now, will they get an offer they want? That's something different. But I think we're going to see that as early as this year. And I also think we're going to be buyers at the trade deadline. But you guys know we've talked about this before. I am off the wide receiver train. There is a wide receiver that became available via trade earlier today that we may or may not talk about in a future video. But this right here is not so much about the possibility, but the thought of it happening, is if that makes sense. And this is coming from ML Football. And I did go check the odds, and they are correct from the source that he referenced, or they reference, that odds Raiders superstar Davante Adams' next team, if traded, it's the Bills, number one, and then 5-1, just one more digit higher or lower than the Detroit Lions are the Buffalo Bills. We are number 2. Then you got the Titans, Browns, Giants, Niners. You don't see the Chiefs anywhere on there. The Eagles are not on there in the top 10 or top 9. Back to the Packers. The Super Bowl favorites right here, number 6. Why is our team number 2? I'm actually surprised that we're not number 1. Everybody all of a sudden wants to be a Detroit Lion. Now, again, this is not about the reality of it happening, because we have discussed what that would mean for our team, and the Raiders are not going to do that. Looking at his information, his dead cap is $54 million. His cap hit is 14 at this point. So I seriously, and I saw on, I think it was Albert Breer, he was on the Dan Patrick show, and he was asked about the possibility of Davante Adams getting traded by the trade deadline, and Albert said that he highly doubts that happens. However, if he's not happy, or if things don't go how they're supposed to in his eyes, that he could see something happening during the offseason. But that means that we talked about in an earlier video about the national media and what they're saying about our team, that we haven't quite proven it yet. Who did we beat? But I think it's funny that even in the offseason, there was a lot of bets that the Detroit Lions will win the Super Bowl. Dan Campbell will win Coach of the Year, so on and so forth. And now, even at 31, one of the best receivers in the game, that the consensus to bet online is that outside of the Buffalo Bills, the Detroit Lions, in their eyes, have the best odds of landing Davante Adams. In what world would we ever consider that? A world where the Detroit Lions have won 13 of their last 16 games. They have not lost on the road this season, and they go play a tough opponent on Sunday. A road where we are earning respect every single game. That the only teams with a better record than us in the last 16 games are the 2 teams that went to the Super Bowl. How crazy is that? A lot of things that you can read into, not necessarily the bet online stuff, but statistics and things like that regarding the teams I just mentioned. Is this going to happen? It's not. It's not. Davante isn't going anywhere. But the fact that people are putting him on our team with the best chance to go to our team is saying a lot about the potential destination in free agency. That the Detroit Lions will be a place that will be a free agent destination, a top free agent destination. They will have a reliable quarterback in Jared Goff. They will have a defense that have built since the end of 2022, right? The middle and the end. And whoever we'll bring in, we're going to bring in some pieces on defense. We may lose CJ Gardner-Johnson, but we've got Brian Branch. And Brad and Dan will do something to fill those spots out. But how crazy is this? That as the team grows and starts to conquer more and more, odds on things that we would have thought were outlandish are increasing. Now, while this is not going to happen, I can pretty much say it's not. I found it interesting that the people are putting good players to our team in the trade scenario, that Davante Adams would want to come here. How crazy is that? Just thought I would let you guys know. Again, thank you. We hit 15,000 subscribers. And if you didn't watch my previous video, maybe I'll link it here. You can check it out. Don't mind the music in the middle. I thought it was muted. But we have 15,000 subscribers today, and that is a huge milestone. Huge milestone. Couldn't be here without you, and I appreciate you. But let me know what you think in the comments below of Bet Online having us as the second favorite destination for one Davante Adams. You guys are awesome. Take care of yourself and each other. And as always, go Lions.